Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're talking about Rust Console Edition. That's right, for the next generation, the old Xboxes, because this does pertain to everybody. We finally have a release date. They've said it without saying it. It came from their official Twitter account, so we're basically going to say this is the date because it looks like it is. Okay, so to kind of rewind a little bit, next gen or new gen version of Rust Console Edition is going to transition, if you did not know. So let me just cover the bases here, because we do get the question a lot, and I get it. A lot of people kind of took a break there for a while, so they kind of aren't keeping up with it, which is totally fine. So if you have bought a next generation, or I'm sorry, a Rust Console Edition version, whether it's disc, digital, whatever, that version will convert over to the next generation version for free. Now, there will be options to upgrade said purchase to, let's say you had the base edition and you wanted to get ultimate. There will be a, or there, I don't know if they're going to do this day of, but there will be at some type of launch here where you can actually upgrade it for money. But your one-to-one will go over to the next gen version and you won't have to pay any money. I really am glad about that. I don't think that was going to be the case. I think because GTA this year was going to be pushed, and at the time they didn't know it was going to be pushed back till next year. So what I think happened is they were planning on maybe charging for this, right? And honestly, let's be honest, they were going to, or else they would have announced that this was free day one when they first made the announcement. But I think the GTA 6 pressure pushed them into saying, hey, we need to release this before Q4. So because of that, I think they're like, hey, we need to just push this out. We may not have enough content to charge for it, so let's just make it free. Ultimately, that was the best thing ever for the player base, because A, we don't have to pay for it, and we get it sooner than later. They are hopefully going to stick to that monthly development cycle, which will be honestly the best thing for us again. Just because once it's a stable product and it comes in, we're able to play it. I think most people will be happy, and then we get that that monthly update, which is the way PC works, honestly. And I think that's what keeps that game so good, so fresh, for so long. I mean, it's over a decade old, and it has crazy concurrent numbers all of the time because Rust is that good. Okay, to rewind a little bit, back to the GTA thing, it did get pushed back to 2026. I think May 26th of 2026. So because of that, they'd already made the announcement here, so they're kind of stuck with the fact that, it's free, which is, like I said, the best thing ever. Let me go ahead and drop this down here. So if you didn't know, our skins do convert over to the new generation version. So do the coins. Everything should get an upgrade or fidelity upgrade just because the assets should look better unless those texture maps came in at the same resolution, which I think they're automatically scaled down. So because of that, they should just go to one-to-one, so that at least they should be halfway decent. We did see some of the skins, and they do look good. As far as all of them, they should be good. I mean, that's going off of their word. Anyways, so all of your stuff converts over. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Also, our server here, our custom server, will eventually convert over to the next generation version. To be fair, we might just do it almost immediately, just to kind of get the transition to see if there's any bugs. You know how it's been with G-Portal, right? Like, I don't know. We just want to make sure we have a consistent experience. I think our server ID and stuff should all stay the same. I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, the Jade Monkey Solo Duo Trio, the tag there is on the left-hand side. If you're interested, we're currently in a bi-weekly wipe right now. The server's made to be fast-paced, so join whenever you want to. It's always a good time. Okay, to kind of rewind again a little bit, because we still haven't said the date yet, these skins do convert over, and it also looks like this old generation version will sunset at the end of October. What does that mean for everybody? Essentially, if you have the old version of the game, you won't be able to play it anymore. That's crazy, I know, right? Originally, they were going to support it without any updates, but it looks like they are going to slow sunset it, and it looks like it's happening in October. So if you don't have a new generation system, you're kind of SOL. But there is another option here, and we will get to the date, I promise. So get this. xCloud is an option here. So even if you're PlayStation, you can still have access to this. If you have Gaming Pass Ultimate, you can play Rust on the cloud. So that means on a tablet, on a TV. You can even connect your PlayStation controller, your Xbox controller, or another controller if you want to. And you should be able to play it. Granted that your connection is fast enough. So those of you that, I get it. Buying a new system is expensive. Money's tight for a lot of people. So it is an option. So even if you have an older system, you should be able to access that as long as you have access to a web browser. And again, it can work on a phone, a tablet, a TV, even on your old generation consoles. I believe PlayStation 4 still supports our ability to sign in using a website, if I'm not mistaken. They may have updated the OS, but anyways, the point is you should be able to play on the xCloud, which basically means it's a next generation version being rendered there. And as long as your connection's fast enough, you should be able to play. It's kind of a nice stopgap, to be honest. And whenever Rust Plus comes in for us in the future, I think it's going to be a nice way for us to check up on the base if your alarm goes off and says that the base has gotten raided. So it's out there. It's a thing. So just, I get it. All right, so you have at least another option. Once this thing does get sunset, everything should convert over. We have the coins and everything, and the skins do transfer over, which is nice. That original date was at the 30th of May. I think it's passed. Here's how this works real quick. We are leading into the date, so this is pertinent. So, and I think they gave themselves enough runway, so I think this date's going to make a lot of sense. So essentially how this works is, on the PlayStation and Xbox, they have to pass what's called certification. The way it works for Double 11 and for Rust Console Edition specifically, if one of those bounce, they hold the update back for everybody. So essentially they're waiting for Rust Console Edition next generation version to pass certification for both Xbox and PlayStation. And I think it bounced, so it's not going to make it at the end of May. There was text there in the PlayStation shop that said May 30th. It is now changed to October. Don't worry, it's not going to take that long. So how do you know it's the date? How do you know? What is this? Is this clickbait? What's happening? Well, here's the thing. On their Twitter, they did drop like a video. It looks like it was at the Outpost, and as they pan to the right, very quickly at the end, you have to pause it rapidly. You can see they have a date on the wall there. It's 6/26, so it looks like June 26th. So I think they're still waiting for certification. I think they've submitted it. I think even if something bad does happen, I think the 26th gives them plenty of time to do a resubmission, make the adjustments, do a resubmission, and still have plenty of time to make it by the 26th. I don't think that date's going to slip. As you heard me say before, that May 30th, I think, was their first target. They're going to try to do it as soon as possible. June 26th makes the most sense. We have a lot of different games and activities happening there. There's some Ark Raiders stuff happening in June. There's the Dune game happening in June. There's all kinds of stuff happening. So this kind of lines up with everything else that's happening, and it gives themselves enough runway if something bad does happen. So that's good news. June 26th is essentially going to be the date. Also, it does look like we are going to get another service provider on top of, G-Portal. It looks like they're in talks with Nitrado. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. It's a fancy word. I don't know how to read. So as it stands now, it looks like our skin store did get another vote of older skins. These are the sets here. I do like this one. You know me, I like deployables. I think these are quite nice. These should be in for about 2 weeks or so. We'll do like a full skin breakdown, but I kind of wanted to show these. These are nice. I don't know, like loot rooms have a lot of play in this game. And so light up boxes and having some ways to navigate inside of your base is always nice. So I think these boxes are a nice highlight. I thought I would cover that. So you can see what it looks like here in the old gen. So yeah, it's crazy. We do know in the new gen version. Now, here's the other thing too, before we go through some of the stuff that we do know up to this point. Even if we don't get a lot of the stuff that we are looking for in this next gen version for the release, it's okay as long as they maintain, as long as the game's stable, for one, and as long as they maintain a monthly update cycle, it won't be long before we get a lot of the features that we are looking for. Because this game is not tethered by limitations in the resource pool like the old gen was. You know, not knocking it, it's just an old, it's a 10-year plus console. So the fact that we have all of that stuff in play, it's only a matter of time before we get the good stuff. So that being said, we do know we're going to get hot air balloons. Hot air balloons do come with a couple different things. As far as the timeline of how they were released for for PC, hot air balloons were first, SAM sites were next, then it was parachutes. We could see all three of those at once. SAM sites do shoot down parachuters, or we could just get the hot air balloon. I think the thing that makes the most sense is probably hot air balloon and parachute at minimum. SAM sites I get, but it's like the hot air balloon's so slow. It would be kind of a rough go at it. But I mean, I think parachutes and a hot air balloon would be a nice addition. But it looks like, confirmed so far, it does look like we have just the, is this an RP base? What's going on here? It does look like we are getting the hot air balloon at least, and obviously we'll have all the other stuff that we currently have now in Rust Console Edition. And to be fair, it does look like the game's shaping up quite nicely, but it does look like, and this is a great example, we're staring at it right now. There have been a lot of subtle modifications to the map. There's been a lot of hints, little things that have popped around over the past year and a half. where it does look like cars have the most work done. If we don't see it for the initial release, I think it'll be pretty soon thereafter. As you know, even when we had custom servers, we saw that the junkyard, the new one, was included. We tried everything in our power to get it to spawn. So, like I'm saying, it's only a matter of time before we get it. I think most people will be happy if this is a stable product and they continue to do that updating in a monthly cycle. I think most of us will be happy with that. And so we can just get in there and play. Because honestly, this drought's been a long time. I mean, we're what, 7 months without any real content? So at least hot air balloons and the next gen console version will hopefully suffice most of us. I mean, I know we've been kind of just chilling, like doing rebuilds on stuff because we know like minis are coming at some point. Cars, which essentially are going to change the way you build your base or even defend against your base. I mean, just imagine, guys, as a solo or a small team, you're out there and you're like, hey, I got to do a farm run. Let's go take the camper out and go slap some nodes. So it's going to be good. We got a lot of very exciting stuff coming through, so stay tuned for that. We'll let you know about the custom server here once things kind of materialize. We are going to try to maintain that ID for as long as we can, so just know it's open to everybody. If you are looking for Q-Skip, that's what VIP does. Become a channel member on my channel, and once you do there, look for the members only post under my community tab or posts, whatever YouTube calls it there, and then reply to that members only post with your gamertag or PSN ID, and we'll get you in there. By the way, if you are on my server and you are looking to report somebody, be sure to use the in-game report system on my server. Be specific about what's happening, who it is, and what grid they live in, and any other pertinent information. It does help us get to them much, much faster. So this is fantastic news that we officially have a date now, June 26th. And I can't wait to see what else they're going to be dropping here. So actually, kind of stay tuned, because I think they're going to be dropping more hints as to what's coming in to the game itself. So yeah, very excited for this. Can't wait, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream /video. Love you. Bye!